You will hear in a sec. All right, let's fire up announce on Discordian. Oh my gosh, I'll shut my door here in a sec. Not far, so I'll be right back. Oh, you guys are crazy. Crash. We went bowling last night, and my body hurts.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was fun though. Isaiah got one strike. I didn't get any. I had back-to-back spares, which was nice, but I didn't get any strike.
And is it the 10-pin bowling, like the standard one?
The small ball bowling. Yeah, candle pin. That's what we have in Canada.
Okay. Because I've never done that one.
You've done big ball bowling?
Yeah.
Oh, I love big ball bowling. That's way better.
We I don't think we really have the candlestick bowling.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I assume you've seen it.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's fun. Just so your body doesn't. If you don't do it often, man, your body feels it the next day. So.
But other than the size of the stuff, like, is it still the same, like, in terms of the scoring and that?
Oh yeah, everything's exactly the same. It's just a different ball and different pins. But you can play. We had big ball bowling here for a little bit, and I'm just darkening myself down.
Setting the mood.
Ooh, hello there. Yeah, that's way better. So yeah, we had big ball bowling here for a while, but it was the same pin. So I don't know what you guys got over there. So yeah, it was big ball bowling, but a lot of it has the short, fat pins, the stubby bottoms. Is that what you guys got?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, we just have. They called it candle pin bowling. So they're just normal size, whatever. I don't know if they're 12 inches high, but they're just. Yeah. You said you've seen them, so. That it looked weird. That looked really weird.
Yeah, don't show that on stream.
Universe. So yeah, it's fun though. And then Isaac, he was with a buddy, so they were playing games. Like they have a full kind of arcade there. Yeah, I'd say like, but not like they have all the new crap, the new arcade games, so they don't have all the old school ones that are really awesome. So yeah. They have the ones that you sit in, you shoot. They have a Halo 5 one or a Halo Infinite one. They get a Minecraft Dungeons one, which is really cool, but just not like the old coin ops.
They're missing out.
Yes, they are. So it's cool. I tell you though, I think I would if I had an arcade, I'd get some of those arcade one-ups as well, and then mod them and have people play them. That'd be cool.
Yeah. How many of the arcades have you got now? I've
got 7 now. And yeah, one I got to put together, the Street Fighter one. That's the one I was gonna mod, but I got I bought a already modded one from a buddy of mine for $300, which is way cheaper than all the other ones. And so it's just I got to fix it, and it was an old Space Invaders one that they modded themselves. And so yeah, it's actually really awesome. And
how have you got any room for them?
Oh, man, my downstairs, I got tons of room downstairs. So we have a top floor, and then we have all downstairs. Laundry's in one section, and then the basement's partitioned. So there's one side and the other side. One side's all storage, just a bunch of crap I got to clean. And then the right side, that's where I'm gonna fix up. I just gotta paint the walls and lay flooring down, and then I'll have my man cave arcade down there. It'll be fun.
So where's the sump pump and all that?
So it's downstairs, right beside the laundry. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have room upstairs for all the cabinets, but I do have room.
Bet.
Yeah. So I do have room for the. Oh, curvy lass, yeah. I do have a lot of room downstairs, just nothing upstairs. But now, if one of our kids were gonna move or something like that, then we'd have an extra room. And then yeah, but I plan on moving next June. No, not this June coming. So in a year and a half, I plan on moving. That's the plan. Sell the house and get one that I don't have to worry about a sump pump.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Would it be about the same sort of size you're looking for? Or?
Well, our house is only 1,200 square feet, so it's not a big house.
Right.
But like this room, like it's 4 bedrooms upstairs, but like this room is so small, it's crazy. It's like I'd say a 9x8, which is really small. So
doesn't look it from this perspective.
Yeah, it's.
You've made it look bigger than it is.
Yeah, so like, I'm touching the wall right now.
Right. Right.
So, but yeah, and then there's just the window right here, so it's not big at all. Yeah, maybe a little bigger, not this way, but lengthwise here. But yeah, it's the smallest room out of all of them. But the other rooms are really small. The bathroom's tiny, which I hate. I hate the bathroom, but we fixed it up, of course. We got it done last fall, so that looks awesome. It's just too small. I just want 2 bathrooms. No sump pump, 2 bathrooms. That's all I want. I don't even need a bathroom, just a second place to go pee or have a big dump, whatever you want to do. Just as long as, because like even last night, we got home, we're all chatting, blah, 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 and then Isaiah's in his room, and so Steph and I, it's like 11 o'clock. We're adults staying up later. And so we're like, all right, I'm going to go pee, brush my teeth, blah, 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 get ready for bed. And as soon as I said that, Isaiah comes out of the room to go into the bathroom, and we're like... So now we got to sit there and wait until he's done doing whatever he's doing. And yeah, so our bedtime plans are just kind of ruined for at least 10 minutes, if not more, depending. And so that's what it was. So a second bathroom would be perfect. Second toilet.
Yeah.
I don't need a shower or anything in there. Just a place to exit.
Yeah, to do your paperwork. And then...
To do my paperwork. Yeah, drop the kids off at the pool.
I've heard that one.
I just say you got to go to the bank to make a deposit. That's it.
That's also really good.
Oh. But yeah, it was a good weekend so far. I love that Hogwarts Legacy is still trending. It's so 19.2 thousand tweets. It's still trending. It's been trending for all of January.
It's it's Tuesday that it releases for pre-orders.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And then what is this? I'm seeing some sort of gameplay, but it's like Spider-Man. Oh, and Shaggy. Okay, that's weird. So some people have it already, which is weird. It hasn't been released yet, but like I had people holding up physical copies. I'm like, what? But yeah, there's tons of gameplay now. Yeah, I don't want to see any of that. I can't wait though. I'm gonna take the last 3 or 4 hours off my shift on Tuesday and stream super early.
Awesome.
Yeah. Age of Empires, though, we'll talk about it here in a bit, it's so good. Yeah, Cat Drake, so good to see you. Where are we at? 36 seconds, all right. Please do not buy, play, stream the Harry Potter games. Stand with the communities begging you to put them into their lives first. I've compiled a list of alternative Magic games to play. That's funny. Let's use the very first one that shows up. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, boys and girls, here we go. And I don't even think I do an intro like this at the beginning, do I? I don't think I do. Hey,
Oh.
welcome to level or episode 56 of the Gamers Pass podcast, where myself and this side, Lee, is joining and having a good time playing and chatting video games. I'm excited. Lee, how you doing today, and what have you been playing?
I'm doing awesome, and I've been playing Hi-Fi Rush and
Yes.
Gears 5.
Oh yes. Are you still playing up by yourself? The horde mode, I assume.
When it was like here and there, I'm trying to sort of get up on the higher levels, be better, so I don't have to be as much of a hindrance for everyone else when I'm playing with you guys.
Definitely not a hindrance. It really has nothing to do with your level, though, right? It's
No,
it's just everything to do with your weapons and all of that other stuff. So, yeah,
yeah,
just going
but I'm
outside
just,
to Rambo is the problem.
that's I guess that is.
That is the problem.
But also, I did some Monster Hunter with you.
Yeah,
I haven't really touched it since, but I will do.
I haven't either. I just been playing the other two games.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So what about you? No, that's pretty much me.
Okay.
How about you?
Myself finished Hi-Fi Rush, which I beat, and we will talk about that actually right at the very beginning. So I'm very excited about that. That was just to talk about that game. I've been playing. Finally, after finishing Hi-Fi Rush, I decided to play Age of Empires 2 Definitive or Console Edition. I love the Age of Empires series. It is so much fun, and because I want to try it on console, because taking an RTS that's played specifically with a mouse and keyboard and translate that into a controller is usually a nightmare, and you're just like, all right, whatever, guys. And we'll talk about that here in right after Hi-Fi Rush. And so, but that's really it. Other than what I played during stream time too, right? So I didn't, and it's funny. I always forget what I play during the week. But I played Hi-Fi Rush one day. Oh yeah, because that was a commitment from last weekend. I said I will give it a go, and I gave it a go. And did I ever give it a go? And then a Monster Hunter. Then I played
Goldeneye.
Goldeneye, yeah. And we beat Goldeneye. That's right. We did 2 days of Goldeneye, which okay, that's my game. So Hi-Fi Rush, Goldeneye, and then what did I do on Thursday? Friday was Gears. Thursday I don't remember. Oh, Monster Hunter with you. Monster Hunter with you.
Yes.
And then Saturday, I didn't stream yesterday. I was going to, and I was just like, I'm just gonna chill and hang out and just have some me time and put some stuff up for sale. Found like I'm putting Isaiah's old PlayStation 4 up, but it's the limited edition blue box, which is limited edition. It's the Days of Play limited edition console, whatever. And people that's insanely worth a lot of money right now, which is awesome. There's one person selling it for $2,700 or $2,800, which it's like, whoa,
Crazy.
that is crazy. So I have that up for sale, or I'm going to put it up for sale. I have Xbox One S up for sale. I'm putting in Isaiah's, his Pokemon edition, Nintendo Switch, which he doesn't play because he has an OLED. We bought him an OLED for Christmas. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen. So I'm just cleaning out crap and selling it, except for this stuff. I can't sell any of this, right? That's just wonderful stuff. So all right, let's jump into Hi-Fi Rush. If you've not played Hi-Fi Rush, it's free on Game Pass. And what I want to do is I need to start having a counter in chat that every time somebody says or I say Game Pass, you put like !GP and just do a counter on how many times I have said Game Pass. I just did the ding a sound effect when I brought it up. So it's free on Game Pass. It's made by Bethesda, and it's produced by Bethesda, and it's created by a different team. I wish I had your name. I'm so sorry, because I know y'all are tuning in. And Hi-Fi Rush was a wonderful, wonderful experience. It is a fun game. It's different. I know there's rhythm-based games out there, kind of like Persona and all this stuff, but this isn't a full... I found, actually... Did you beat the game?
Yes, yeah, I
Okay.
beat it last night.
All right, so the further into the game, the more the rhythm stuff. The more rhythm stuff comes into play, and
Hmm.
I've there's only a couple things, and so let's talk about the good things. We'll talk about the bad things, and then we'll give our score. All right.
Right, yeah.
All right.
So,
Give me
I
some
mean,
good stuff. Yeah, you go ahead. I
yeah,
talk
sure.
too much, anyways.
I just think it knows what it is. It capitalizes on it, and it does well with that. Like it's not trying to be game of the year, and it's not going to be, but it's really good at what it does. It's like it's really sweet in a sense.
Do you think it
But
could be a contender though?
it will be. I think it will be nominated for something. Whether it
Yeah.
wins that, I
I just
don't
think
know.
it's.
But
I think released in January, at the end of January, could be the issue for a Game of the Year nomination.
yeah, probably. But
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever really trying to be game of the year. I think it was just like it wanted to be like a really nice game, and it was.
Yep.
And yeah, and like you said, like the rhythm aspect does come into play, and it knows that that's the gimmick of it, like because every game needs a gimmick really, and I found myself like as it was going on, like I was just skipping the cutscenes in that,
Yep.
and then it just got to a point where it's like I wasn't skipping them because I was enjoying them. Like I actually found it quite funny the just like in terms of the dialogue and everything.
Do you?
It
Yeah. Do you have a favorite scene? Because as you were talking, there was a scene that popped in my head, and I tried to save it with the Xbox clip, and the clips just got all garbage. But was there one spot that you found, or a couple spots you found was just hilarious, just funny, whatever?
I can think of a couple, yeah, yeah.
Give them to me.
Um right, well there's the one where it's like the final boss against Corsica,
Yep.
and then it's like where you're doing the parrying, and I think you know it's really cool that the parrying was the aspect of that boss fight because it did feel like each one was a bit different.
Yeah.
Um, but but with that one, how it ends is that she gets flown up in the air. There's a quick time. I missed the quick time,
Yep.
and she hit the floor because you meant to catch her, and she hit the floor instead.
Okay.
And I quite like that. And then the scene after it was him carrying her around, and he kept knocking her head on different
Oh
things.
my gosh, yes, that was a riot. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And that was one of them, and the other one was towards the end when they had to fight the giant robot. They used the arm that was taken
yep.
off, and they got Cinnamon to you actually played as Cinnamon,
Yeah, for a sec,
like
yeah.
yeah, for a very short time, to activate the arm, blow up the rest of the thing, and then the scene of him sort of really damaged, and it's like you did that was very dope. And then Chai turns around and is like, he is messed up.
I'll tell you, I laughed my head off at a point where it was, I believe it was the end of a boss battle. And I think you had to take control of the cat. I forget the cat's name. Do you remember you had to get close? You had to jump over.
Yeah,
Okay, so
808.
808. Okay, so there's a cut scene where everything happens, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, Chai, who's the main character, is on the ground rolling around with 808, the cat on his full face, and he's rolling around in the ground with the cat on his face. And he rips the cat off his face and looks at the girl and says, "It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like." And oh my gosh, me being love that sort of comedy, that was hilarious to me. And I bursted out laughing. I was like, I gotta clip this, but the dang clip didn't work. So this Hi-Fi Rush game, man, fantastic, super fun, very enjoyable. Was there anything else that you liked about it?
No, I just thought it was just really funny in general. Like it's the I did actually find a way to make it a button mashing game,
Sure.
and
Me too.
uh,
It was a button
which
mashing game. Donnie, good to see you, brother. It's a button mashing game. It really is. But you have to button mash on beat. X, X,
Yeah.
X, Y, X, 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 wait for the circle to move in, Y. But you didn't have to do that. It just helped that you did.
Yeah, I mean, I found a way to just negate that, which was by in fights, I you just swarm the entire enemy with the other characters
Yes.
that you can call in. You just get them, and then it makes it a
Towards
whole lot quicker.
towards the end, man, the battles were so chaotic because
Mm,
I was calling in 3 different helpers.
mm.
Left trigger, right trigger, and then hit some X. Left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, and all you just chaotic, kaboom, bam, blam, and it was just friggin' fun. Hi-Fi Rush, free on Game Pass. It is so much fun, guys. You have to play it if you have not. All right, so no, we won't score it yet. Let's get into, is this game anything like Sunset Overdrive? Dust Bunny. All right, I'm glad you brought up Sunset Overdrive. Lee, have you played Sunset Overdrive?
No, but I've heard of it.
So give it a go. It's not like Sunset Overdrive, even though the animation is like Sunset Overdrive. And so Sunset Overdrive, I actually really liked it, but it was a lot harder than Hi-Fi Rush. So give me some negative or some constructive feedback, Lee, about Hi-Fi Rush.
I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of hard to say, really, because
If
I
there's none,
found
that's
it.
fine.
I mean, there's possibly like there is something that does sort of jump out at me, but it's a very minor thing.
Yeah.
It's when when you're doing certain actions in the game, and and you hit, and when you do certain actions in time with like the background music, you hear like a hey, and
Yes.
it's like and it that over time can get a bit annoying.
That got to you. Okay.
It's that kind of hey where it's like,
Hey.
hey, you're sitting in my seat, like
Yeah.
or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay. No,
And
I get that.
yeah, and I think the other thing was maybe some of the platforming I just wasn't necessarily a fan of, but it was but it's a minor thing again.
Yeah, yeah. There is some troll elements to the game. There really is some things like there was a couple things that annoyed me. Some of the parry and stuff kind of did not feel right, and it seemed off, but it could have been me. But I just didn't enjoy some of the parry and stuff. Some of it I did, and some of it I didn't. There was one scene, a macaroon, great big black dude that can punch open a wall and just rip it apart. So he's doing this, like, or he's powered up, and you're seeing the thing go like this. And so you got to press, I think it's B or X at the right time. So there's a little circle around your letter. So when it gets to that point, that's when you hit it. With Macaroon, for some odd reason, that does not work 90% of the time. And so I had to figure out in my head, how am I going to get this to work? Because I'm very frustrated. And you'll see Chai beside him doing this to the beat. And so I waited until Chai was punching, and then that's when I did it, and it worked every time. But there was a point in the game later on, probably 3/4 of the way, where the camera we're on a little platform, and Macaroon needs to punch the crap out of this, and Chai's behind Macaroon, and the camera moves specifically around Macaroon. And I couldn't even see Chai doing this thing at all. And it took me about 10 to 12 tries to hit the right combination. I'm like, this is stupid. I hate this game. What is going on? So some of that, but when I say trolley, there's a point where you get this girl that can shoot wind, and it allows platforms, but all her stuff is timed. I dislike the fact that I had to trigger, go on to the next section, trigger. I thought that was kind of frustrating. When you're trying to do her special move or whatever, I thought that was annoying. But when you do her thing, you only have probably a minute, 45 seconds to get where you need to go. So when you get to some points, the timing is not working out with the other platforms moving in and out, that you have to start over because you fall down. Because the timing is not working. I'm like, that's a troll thing to do. Stop it, Bethesda, even though it wasn't Bethesda. But that stuff there annoyed me greatly. It didn't take away from the game, though, even though for moments I had frustration. That's it. But the game, Hi-Fi Rush, is what we're talking about. Give it a go. Free on Game Pass. and it's so much fun and excellent. Definitely highly recommend it. And hey, if you're paying for Game Pass, it's all good. If you're just paying for it. So, what would you score this, Lee, out of 10?
I think I'd score it an 8.
An 8? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Even with just the minor things, you're giving it an 8?
Yeah, because it's not, because I wouldn't say that they necessarily detract from the game enough for it to, because I think if the game was longer, it would probably be worse.
I wouldn't want that game longer. I think
No,
the length was perfect. Could have been a little bit shorter. I think by the time I got to chapter 10 or song 10, because each chapter is a new song, I think at 10, I think that was perfect. And then I was just like, all right, I got to be almost done. And I had to Google how many songs are in the game, and they said 12. So I'm like, oh, all right, come on, let's just finish these next two. So,
yeah.
yeah, all right, 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I think it's a solid, fun game. Just those couple of my annoyances that got me frustrated at certain points, and some stuff could have been done a little bit better. But with all honesty, the game is a top-notch game. February 5th, I would say that's the best game that's been released out of all platforms. Yeah. The only other one is Forspoken for PlayStation, and people hate that game.
Really?
Yeah, people hate it. Some people like it, but very few. It is just being destroyed with ratings and stuff. Like 6 out of 10. So much complaints for Forspoken, but
I mean, is some of that going to be review bombing, or is
nope.
it just
no
just
review
bad
bombing.
in general?
Just bad in general. Like these are critics, like actual critics saying this is a 6 out of 10. It's not so good. And then you get the fanboys who love it, the ponies. They're like, oh, is this the greatest game ever? And then you get everyone else is like, this got some issues. And so, so this is an Xbox exclusive so far. You can see people comparing it to the greatest. Like it's, the critics of giving Hi-Fi Rush almost a 10. It's like a 9 point whatever, and I think that's on Metacritic. So people are saying, "Oh, it's the highest scored game since Elden Ring," and like they're comparing it to Elden Ring, and it's a different experience. I would give Elden Ring a 0 out of 10 just because I'm angry at dying all the time. Even though I'm like, this game is wonderful and beautiful, I hate it because I die constantly. So that's where I'd be. So Hi-Fi Rush, give her a go. It's actually, I think this is our first review really we've ever done on the game, isn't it?
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah,
I think it's
so
because like we've both like actually played it at length.
yeah, played it from beginning to end, which it's just so much fun. They're fun comedy, fun stuff. And when you're done the game, you can go back and do other things. They kind of have like a separate sort of goal-based missions after that, which I was like, because I want to get as many gears as possible to buy everything that I can buy and the equipment, and so that's just me wanting to go back. But I'm not going to go back because there's just too many other games to play. Plus, is it? It's not the 5th today, is it? It is. In 2 more days is Hogwarts Legacy, and so that's what we'll be playing. All right, Lee hasn't played this. Any of you Age of Empires fans out there? Age of Empires 2, which was considered probably one of the best ones, or the best Age of Empires game, one of the best RTS games of all time, Age of Empires 2. They brought it out on console, on Xbox, and I love playing it on my PC, but I haven't played that in so long. I played Age of Empires 4, which was awesome. We streamed it. We had a good time. I do have a gaming PC. It's getting a little bit older now, but I can play these games. But if I can sit in the living room on my Xbox controller and play it, that's perfect. The problem is how do you take a mouse and keyboard and translate that to an Xbox controller? And that has been everybody's complaint, and everybody like, come on, you can't do that. This is an RTS. Can I just tell you, I played this yesterday, and it's probably the reason why I didn't stream Lee, to be honest. I did play this.
You should have streamed it.
Oh, I know. I think I played it 4 hours yesterday morning, maybe if not more. The game is so good. Age of Empires 2 on console, surprisingly, is amazing. It is so good. And graphically, it's exact same as what you have before. All the voices are there. Maestro, what's up, my man? You do William Wallace. That's the training. William Wallace story. It's four chapters for that. Now I'm on Joan of Arc doing the second one. And played in the morning. It's really fun. Yeah, Dust Bunny. I'm just really, really, really surprised on how good it is, and the controls are fantastic. So, Age of Empires 2 Console Edition, free on Game Pass. So, I highly recommend playing it. If you guys haven't played Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous, so good. Excellent. Pathfinder.
So how have they mapped like the controls onto the controller in a way that others haven't? Like,
So
what have they
basically,
done differently?
it's a lot of radio buttons, we'll call it. So what happens is, let's say you got your town hall. That's what you always start out with, a town hall. You press A in your town hall, you press right trigger and hold it, and it brings up everything in a circle. So you just push up, press A on it, whatever. Yeah, that's it. So if you got your barracks, if you got your archery, if you want to create all that stuff, you just click on it, hold the right trigger, and all the options, what you can do there. Same thing if you got a settler. Click on a settler, right trigger, come up with everything. Now, one of the cool things is what you do in on PC. You just mouse and keyboard it. Let's say I want to build 5 to 6 houses, so I just choose the house, click, 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 and it keeps going. But you can't do that on the controller. But they found a way. You right trigger, you choose a house, and then you hold the left trigger, and you can plant how many different houses you want, and then the settler will go and make all those houses in a row, which is awesome. And it's incredible. So one of the key things, again, how can you do that without a mouse, is selecting a large army. So you can press left and hold left on the D-pad. It selects every army member you have, so you can go attack. Or you can select groups and place them in that section too, which is fantastic. Like if you just want your cavalry, if you just want your archers, spearmen, you can put that in the different sections as well. It's a little tricky in the beginning. It is Dust Bunny, but the tutorial is phenomenal. Also, if you want to select just a few guys in that group, you press and hold A, and this circle comes out and starts selecting the people within that radius, and you stop. You just okay, I don't want any more, and you can control the whole group of guys.
Right.
I want to play it now because I love RTS games, but this right here on console is phenomenal. I'm hoping they bring it out. Somebody said on one of the Xbox sites that Age of Empires 4 will be out this year on console. Sign me up. Like I want to buy the game. Like I'll put it in my my wish list and I'll buy the game if it ever leaves Game Pass, which I know it won't because it's a Microsoft Studios game and all of their games are already there. Age of Empires and Might and Magic is the only strategy games I get into. Never get into Might and Magic at all for some reason. I don't know what it is. But I love Age of Empires. It is so good for console. Who would have thought or anyone would ever say RTS games work and are amazing on a console? No PC elitist will ever say that. They're just going to say, yeah, but. And I get it. Mouse and keyboard's easy. It's wonderful. Click and drag. Oh, I got all my guys I want. But oh my gosh, it is so good. I
mean, no doubt that if there was like cross-platform and you had to fight someone who wasn't PC, it would be a lot harder.
I don't know, because it's click and drag, right? And really, all you do with this is you push over and press A, push over, press A. That's or what you can do is as you're pushing over, you have your army selected or whoever. Hold down left trigger, and you can set a path for them to go by keep pressing A. Go up here, press A. Go up here, press A. And once you let go, they will follow the path you set, which is actually really cool. So I almost think, Lee, that there wouldn't be that much of a advantage.
Okay.
These guys...
Because normally when it comes to those types of platforms, PC has the advantage.
Yep. It's just wizards. These guys who created this and mapped the controls are wizards. And their brains should be picked and set in the Smithsonian, said this person or these group of people translated the Age of Empire controls to a controller. I'm just impressed. I can't speak highly enough. One, I'm a fanboy for Age of Empires. I love RTS games. Always have. Empire Earth was another one that came about. So when Age of Empires dropped, bunch of these others, like other ones, started showing up. Age of Empires was awesome. That was really good because you could go from beginning caveman all the way until the future, and you're dropping nukes on people. That was just Empire Earth. Excuse me. All right, Lee, are you excited for Star Wars Jedi Survivor?
I haven't played Fallen Order, but I suspect that after I will, because I have got it downloaded on my Xbox, thanks Game Pass, that I will end up playing Jedi Survivor as well.
Okay.
I'm getting
Okay.
hyped for that.
Just to answer Maestro, I streamed Pillars of Eternity one day, man. It's an awesome game. I just got stuck in the sewers. So you leave, what was it, a boat you were on at first or whatever it was? And then I got stuck in the sewers and I couldn't get past the sewers, so I just stopped playing. That's it. I played that on PC. It was excellent. It was really good on Xbox. It is. So, all right. So Jedi Fallen Order, really awesome game. It's fun. It's fantastic. I didn't like it at first. I don't like the fact that I can go save, but it respawns everybody I killed. I thoroughly dislike that. Apparently, they're saying that's like a Dark Souls sort of mechanic, and they did compare the game to a Dark Souls style game, and I can see that, but it wasn't as hard as Dark Souls or anything, so that's cool. Some of the fighting, I just because I went back and played it. I think it was November. I went back. Yeah, you too, Johnny. Take care, dude. I went back and played it in November, and I played it for a couple weeks, and I'm just like, okay, this is still a good game. I'm done playing it though. But Jedi Survivor looks awesome. It looks like you can do much more. I just hope I don't have to relearn all my Jedi abilities. Like, I don't want to get into the whole, oh, I stayed away from being a Jedi for so long and I forgot my powers. Obi-Wan Kenobi. And
Yeah.
and so I want him to come out the gate already powerful, but learn some new dark crap, shooting lightning and exploding while falling down in the vaults and stuff like that. That's what we need to. But this,
You're looking for Star Killer. That's what you're looking for.
oh
Force
yes,
Unleashed.
I am. The Force Unleashed is amazing. They either need to be redone or give me Force Unleashed 3. It's just too good. I just want to say, those of you looking forward to Amnesia Jedi, yeah, exactly. Those of you looking forward to Star Wars Jedi Survivor coming out, was it next month in March, was it? Has been delayed. It has been delayed until April 28th. So, at first I was like, okay, that's cool because there's games coming out. There's the Hogwarts Legacy. There's a few other games that are coming out. It's going to be awesome. When's it KOTOR remake? I don't know. No date yet for KOTOR remake. I cannot wait for that. That's the reason why I bought a PS5, to be honest, was the KOTOR remake. But so they said April 28th, crucial extra polish time. They said crucial. If they had said, we need to just need to polish the game up, I'd be like, okay, I can accept that. But when it says crucial, this is EA saying, Respawn saying crucial polish time. I don't know, man. Something, I feel a disturbance in the force with crucial. I don't like that term crucial. I really don't. And yeah. So if it comes, I can see us getting to April 28th and say they need another month or 2 months. Just push it. Just push it. What do you think, Lee?
I think I'd rather have them delay it a little bit in order for them to get it right, as opposed to just releasing it early. Because like you said, there are like plenty of games to play in the meantime. But you know, there's a lot of anticipation for this game. I think it'll be a very much a disappointment if it doesn't release this year, but I'm fairly certain it will.
Oh yeah. It's this year, easily this year. It's happening.
But yeah, like I think it's hard to say really in terms of like when it comes to a sequel of these kinds of games, you will lose your certain abilities, and sometimes it's going to be explained. Like I think, I mean, I haven't played them, but apparently it was a similar sort of thing in God of War Ragnarok, where Kratos was so strong in the previous one, they had to debuff him for him to then climb back up.
I can't stand that.
Yeah, yeah.
I spent all the time getting my dude up as strong as he is. I should be able to continue on as strong as he is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, I guess like in terms of it being Star Wars, like I have my own sort of gripes with it
Sure.
in terms of what I think that should happen in the story. I mean, personally, I think Count Castor should die. But,
What?
yeah,
Why?
because he's a Jedi, he needs to die. Luke is the only Jedi that's meant to be around in the original trilogy. So if he somehow rocks up at that point, that sort of negates part of it.
No.
He needs to die.
No. No.
Yeah.
The Jedi
Yeah.
need to rise again. We need to have a burst of Jedis, burst of Sith, and having Sith, and we're going to get into a Star Wars conversation here, but we can't do that. But we need to have all-out wars, none of this bounty hunter stuff, just Sith and Jedi fighting it out like they should be.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to die. You stop it.
But in this sort of time period, that's
how
what
can
I
I
mean.
mute Lee? How can I do that right here? No,
But
stop it, Lee. But yeah, Meister brought up Skull and Bones by Ubisoft. The problem with that is Ubisoft is in so much trouble financially and company-wise. I don't think we'll ever see the light of day of Skull and Bones, even though I was kind of excited for Skull and Bones. So, yeah. Yes. All right. So, no, Cal Kestis does not need to die. He needs... So, we don't know, Lee. That's the thing. Not all Jedis die in that time period. We don't know that.
either he dies or he in some form renounces himself as a Jedi. Either one of those two.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because Ahsoka survived, but she wasn't a Jedi.
Oh, stop it. She is a Jedi. You know she is.
No, because she said she's not.
Oh, no. See, that's just nonsense. Anyways. All right. So you got a Nintendo Switch, or had one, or got one, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't played it in months though.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. Quick question: did you have Joy-Con drift?
Yes.
Oh,
very, very, very early on.
Tell me about it.
Joy-Con. It was. I mean, it was. I suspect like it wasn't as bad as some people's, but it just. I was doing something, and then and one of it only happened on one of them, and it was just like where you put it in a certain direction, and then the character just still goes in that direction, like it's and you can't really correct it a lot of the time.
So how did you fix it?
Well, I didn't fix it. It was just it just happened for like 5 seconds, and then it stops, and then it happens like at some point 5 seconds for another time, and then it stops by itself.
Yikes!
Like it's as if it's like I don't know. It's as if like it sort of feels like it would be lag, but it's actually just it's the controller.
All right. So there was a family that decided to sue Nintendo over Joy-Con drift, and this has been going on for a little while. Of course, I get the anger over Joy-Con drift. You should not have any sort of drifting in your controller. When I was growing up, you couldn't always afford the named brand controllers, like a SNES controller, especially N64 days, we'll say. There was always knockoffs. Mad Catz was one of the big ones. And so you sometimes you'd be forced to get a Mad Catz one. And the problem is drifting. The controller sucked, even though it was way cheaper, but you got what you paid for, basically. But that's just the way it was. And they were made poorly. So in when the Nintendo Switch for 2017, 2018, or whatever it was, the Switch should not have had, hey, Lauren, should not have had Joy-Con drift. The controller should never have a drift. And so I get people being angry. Nintendo has a free program for Joy-Con fix. You just send them to them. They'll send you back a fixed Joy-Con, which is cool. But so people get angry, and this family decided to sue Nintendo. And Nintendo, the verdict is in. Nintendo won. They won. The settle, like the whole case. Now, how they won is when you first start up your Nintendo Switch, sign your account, there is an end user license agreement, the EULA. And it all says that you can't sue it's in there and you agree to it. You can't sue the company over any sort of blah, 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 blah. And that's how they beat this family. And so the parents decided to try to do a counter and say, this is my kids though. There's no way this license agreement, translates over to my children because it's their system. And then of course, Nintendo's like, who bought the system? And like, oh, well, we did. It's your system. Stop it. And Nintendo won. And that's that. So I can't see there being another Nintendo Switch drift case happening again. How wild is that?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's it is very much Nintendo Tokyo Drift.
That's funny.
And yeah, I mean, like, it's because of they had those things written down, and it's like, so it makes sense. I mean, I think it was pretty foolish of the family to try and sue them anyway.
Yes.
I think there's better ways to go about it.
Oh, it's so wild.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the drift can be annoying sometimes.
Oh my gosh,
but,
yeah. Like if you're playing, let's say you're playing Splatoon 3 or whatever it is, Splatoon 3, and your Joy-Con is drifting.
It happened when I was playing Splatoon 2.
That would be frustrating.
Yeah.
Like you push one way and try to go to the other and you're still drifting to the side, or you need to stop and wait for somebody coming around the corner, you're drifting. Like what the heck? Yeah.
It got me killed a few times.
See, no way, man. And I'm suing Nintendo right now. It's so foolish. Yeah, Nintendo Switch Joy-Con drift lawsuit, Nintendo wins, which is wild. You know what? We are doing great for time, Lee, because we're on our final subject right now, which is awesome. Unless you have something you'd like to chat about.
Not particularly. I mean, the only thing that I'd say is there's something coming to Game Pass, which is the Hot Wheels Unleashed game.
Oh, okay.
And I'm very excited for it.
For Hot Wheels Unleashed. What the heck? Is it just because of the Hot Wheel game, like toys or whatever?
Yeah, because it's Hot Wheels.
So, have you played Forza Horizon 4 and 5?
I haven't played the fourth one. I switched on the fifth one for like a day, and then I stopped.
Both of them have Hot Wheels expansion.
Do they?
Yes.
How did I not know this?
Lee, it's incredible. It's a full. It's just wild. Oh, okay, hold on. Hot Wheels expansion. Forza Horizon 5. So 4, I think, was Lego. I think that's what it was. Yeah, right. Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels for Xbox.
How did I miss that?
And I think it may be free on Game Pass for that expansion, but I'm not 100% sure. And it looks really cool too. And it's got the red tracks, and then it's got some blue curvy ones. I'm looking at some images now. I'm like, this looks friggin' amazing. If this is something you'll play, maybe I'll re-download it and check out the expansion. We could play together.
Yeah, maybe.
Forza Horizon 5 is fantastic. Lee just shut me down there. Did you all hear that? I said, I'm trying to bond with Lee. Like, yeah, maybe we'll play this. And he's like, yeah, maybe. Shot me down.
Nah, it's the way that I say something.
Yeah, it's okay, Lee. It's okay. You shot me down. It's all good. All right, so is there anything else, Lee?
No, that's pretty much me for that.
I think you should join me on Doors. Lauren, you were driving me crazy today. 91778. Give me 2 seconds, everybody. We'll just take a little dip out of the podcast for a second. I was watching Mrs. Retro play Doors, Roblox Doors, which I would not play because it would scare me. But you read it out. You're like 91778. I still remember it, which is funny. 91778. So Lauren would go in to put the combo in 97178. I'm like, no, 91778. So what's going on? She'd read it, then puts in 96881. I'm like, what? You just said 91778. Stop it. And yeah, so I was yelling at you. I know it frustrated me. Well, I was yelling at you, Lauren, because you kept saying 91778, but when you put it in, 3 seconds later, you weren't putting in 91778. And so I was even complaining to Lee. I'm like, I'm watching Lauren play this. She's not putting in the right code. But yeah, so I was happy to hop on and watch you play Doors, but there was a jump scare in the hallway. She looked up and the chandelier was like, ah! I'm like, nope, I'm not playing this game. Stop it. Stop it. All right, E3. E3 is
funny because it's
Nope.
kind of funny because you really enjoy horror films.
Oh, I love horror movies, man. It's so good. Steph can't handle horror movies.
Yeah, but then horror games sort of like what do you not like about horror games?
Just this. Like if I'd play it as if I could turn my whole sound down, which I have done on stream. You guys got me to play horror games, and I've turned it down super low, so I wouldn't have to deal with the jump scares. Wah! They're just gratuitous jump scares, which I can't stand. I hate gratuitous jump scares. Like some of the latest horror movies, that's all it is. Jump scare, and it's just like, okay, this is kind of boring after a while. Stop it. It's not scary, it's jump scares. I hate being jump scared. They don't do it. Steph, Isaac, Isaiah, they won't try to scare me. If I walk around the corner, they won't do it. Just because I hate it. And if I got to swing a foot or a fist at them, they'll know I'll do it. I just can't stand it. So that's the main reason I don't like horror games is gratuitous jump scares. That's it. But I love horror movies. I'm a major horror fan. Anyways, E3 without 3? Yeah. All right, Meister, Meister just stole my thunder. So E3, my favorite time of the year is E3. Happens in June every year. I usually take a day or two off. If I can't watch it while I'm working, I'll take the time off and do it. And I've been watching it for years. I love it. Early teens of 2000. Some stuff I didn't get to see. Some epic moments like Legend of Zelda revealed by Shigeru Miyamoto on stage. I watched that on YouTube, of course, but I didn't get to see it live on YouTube or anything like that. So I love E3. It's fun. It's exciting. Game announcements. I would love to go to an E3 conference. It's kind of a dream. I would go to an E3 conference it's in California, I think, somewhere, or Los Angeles. It would just be an epic time. That would be my wish to do someday. Is I'm going to E3. This would be awesome. So, rumored is Nintendo and Xbox will not be attending E3 this year. That's the rumor. Now, let me give you a little context to that. It's rumored that Nintendo won't because they just have no games to show. So in 99 or 98 days, Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda game, which I can't wait for, is coming out. That's going to be before E3. But Nintendo really has nothing else to show. That's rumor, though, okay? These are all rumors. Sony won't be there because they're Sony. They're just a terrible company. Xbox, though, which is a huge supporter of E3, it's rumored that they won't be there. And Phil Spencer addressed all this. And apparently 6 months ago, there was a new company that took over the stuff for E3. And they are kind of setting it all up and getting everything together. So there are some things that Phil has addressed that makes me question all of that. Sony wasn't there last year. So let me give you an end quote, all right? Phil Spencer quote, Xbox is on the board of the ESA. So they are on the board. And I think a successful and healthy ESA is critical to what we're trying to go do. So we place our showcase, like we always have done, at a time where hopefully it's convenient for press and even consumers that are going to the E3 event. And that's what we're trying to do now. So everything, he's like, yeah, we love E3. We're part of the board. We do our conferences at the perfect time for guests and press. But then he said, that's what we're trying to do now. So they are in talks of trying, I don't know what's going on, but it almost seems like E3 may be dead this year. He says, we will continue to work with the ESA in terms of their plans. So these guys that took over E3 have they want to change everything up and want to do a whole new thing. And then Phil reiterates, as I said, we are on board And we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to help make the E3 successful. I'm scared. Not scared as in like frightened, but I love E3 so much. I can't not have an E3. I want an E3. We've already done the no COVID E3 or COVID E3 stuff, and it's just not fun. But E3 is such an epic moment. Lee, give me your thoughts on now. Again, rumors, but Phil's already addressed them, and there seems to be way more underlying than that we actually know.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, to be honest. Like like the a showcase of like all the essentially the main platforming rivals to show up and show us what they got, and none of them are gonna really show up. It's like, is this the beginning of the end of E3, or is it like how many years until we say, okay, this is going to be the last E3, we're going to pack it in after this.
Oh no.
um yeah, that would be crazy. But if they just think, nah, we're going to pass, it's like, and it's just gonna be horrible, like, and so how are they gonna fill the void? What's gonna happen instead, like that kind of thing.
So the only thing I could possibly think of are directs. Xbox will do their own showcase direct. They have a full center. Xbox has a full center where they do showcases and directs and all this other stuff. Nintendo would be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
direct, and Sony, well, who cares about Sony?
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, in terms of if these three aren't going to be showing up for this year's E3, what's going to happen in E3, or will it not happen at all?
So I assume they're going to try to make this work either way, and I imagine to be third-party devs like EA. But does EA do their own thing, or do they do E3? I can't. I haven't paid attention to EA over the last few years, but Ubisoft would be there, of course. Some other devs. Now Ubisoft would definitely be showcasing some Assassin's Creed stuff that's coming out. They have big Assassin's Creed news already. They had their own sort of direct. I use the term direct because Nintendo, that's all they've been using, Nintendo Direct. And now Xbox has their developer direct. And so you might as well just call them directs because that's kind of what we know them all as now. So, yeah, I don't know, man. So did you ever pay attention to E3 before you started hanging out here?
No, I didn't.
All right.
It's you. This channel has opened my eyes
Oh,
to
that's
to
right.
those kinds of things, and yeah, it's really fun seeing them. So it would be a shame if they stopped, and if
Yeah.
they,
Yeah,
and
that's
and
right.
it ended like this.
I don't know. I'm totally like Nintendo does it every few months. I want something every month. Even from Sony, I'd like to see something every month. All three of them, because they're all still competing. Even though Nintendo says they're not competing, and they're kind of proving that they're not competing, I guess. I would assume next year we'll have an announcement of the new system for Nintendo, if not later this year. Nintendo's got to. You can't do the Switch for much longer as games cannot handle. So what's going to happen? Yes. Oh my gosh, just popped in my head. So when the Wii U came out, I had the Wii U, of course, got it day one. You guys saw I was interviewed for the Wii U from the news. And
That was lovely.
yeah, that was lovely. I enjoyed seeing that again. And so when the Switch arrived, they put Breath of the Wild on the Switch, but it was already out for the Wii U, which was crazy. This was fun, but it's time to go. See you later, Dust Bunny. Thanks, man. And so that was wild. So I wonder if Nintendo's going to release Tears of the Kingdom and then release Tears of the Kingdom again for their new system just to double up on that new money with a system that's actually hardcore. But E3, man, there's amazing Nintendo memories. There's phenomenal Xbox memories. Some Xbox lies. Xbox lies from E3. I don't mind saying. And there's been some kerfuffles and crazy stuff from Xbox, and then Sony, of course, doing their thing. Now, when I say Xbox Lives, do y'all remember the what's that virtual camera? Connect. And they had, I think it was Peter Molyneux, something like that. That guy was amazing. He's a salesman for sure, and he could talk it up. But they had the kid on the screen, the AI kid, and Peter put the paper up to the camera, and the kid grabbed the paper, and it was a mind-blowing showcase, which was 100% lies. And that sold me. I was sold on Kinect. I could not wait to get it. And so I had Kinect for the 360. I had Kinect for the Xbox One and never used it. It was unfortunate. Now, of course, a River Rapid game that when the Xbox 360 came out with Kinect, we did that. But I couldn't believe it. So years later, I guess we can look back and say, darn you, Peter. I think he was one of the head guys for making the Fable games, if I remember correctly. I don't know, but yeah, give me some more thoughts here while I search up Peter Molyneux.
I mean, like, I think like Nintendo have always been in their own sort of realm where it's like because they've always been looking for a different kind of gaming.
Yeah.
Where it's like, but it's sort of interesting to think on if they do release a new console next year or this year.
Won't be this year.
Right. I don't like, what is that console gonna look like?
We could talk about that here in a second if you want.
Sure, because the thing is that the previous ones have been so different.
So I searched Peter Molyneux on Google. The first thing that pops up is 3 pictures of him, then a YouTube video that says "Liar, Liar."
Oh.
16-minute video of Liar, Liar of Peter Molyneux. It says biggest liar in gaming, Peter Molyneux, and he is known for the Fable series, the theme park games. So I can't believe and he's from the UK. So I'm surprised that I even remembered this guy, the Switch U. All right, you know what? So E3, we'll see what happens. We're going to jump into a topic we never even, I think have we covered this one? What the next Nintendo says? Okay, cool. So E3, guys, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. We'll keep, it may happen, but if the big 3 aren't going to show up, I don't even know what to tell you. I'll watch the Ubisoft one. I'll watch EA if they do one. And then we'll see what Nintendo will do a direct around that time. Of course, they always do. And then, yeah, we'll figure it out. So what will Nintendo's next system look like? Meister just brought up the Switch U. So we went from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Virtual Boy, of course, all the handhelds, Nintendo 64. It was like everything they've done was always revolutionary for the time. Then from the Nintendo 64, they brought out the GameCube, which I love the GameCube. It was fun. It's a good system. Then they brought out the Wii. No, what was it? The Wii. Yes, the Wii. And everybody had a Wii, including people's grandparents. It was just because of that stinking bowling game, which was so much fun. It was a blast. It's a good game.
Sports, yeah.
Wii Sports is a great game. I have those. I have the Switch Sports. Yeah, I have the Nintendo Switch Sports. I just haven't played it yet, which is funny. Haven't played it. It's just sitting there. And so after that was the Wii U. I was excited for the Wii U. Unique game, console, and then your handheld to go with it. And it just didn't have third-party support. So the system really sucked overall. It was not a good system. And then after the Wii U was the Switch. Now we have a handheld that is massively successful. Millions of people have the Switch. So where do we go, Lee? What do you think we're going for the next Nintendo system?
To be honest, I don't really know. I just sort of like, I've been seeing a kind of pattern in terms of Nintendo, where it's like they've been doing handhelds like the Game Boy, and then there's the DS, and then it's 3DS, and then and so on, and then you have the physical consoles, where you have like the N64 and the Wii and the Wii U, and it sort of like seems that they've been bridging closer and closer together, where it's like the Wii was the last proper console, and the 3DS was the last proper handheld. And since then, you got the Wii U, where they're both there at the same time,
Yep.
and then you've got the Switch, where they're both the same thing, where it's like it's a console that you can carry around with you.
Sure.
And so the next step, I don't really know. Like I'd be it wouldn't. I don't think it would really be possible for them, but graphically, but I'm kind of thinking maybe a VR.
Oh
That would be
no, Nintendo
it,
VR?
it would be interesting.
Let me just say, I love the Switch. The Nintendo Switch is an awesome system. It really is. It's just so weak. That's it. We've proved how weak it is on this channel. We really have. And we did a live
It's
stream to prove it.
yeah.
Go ahead.
It's when they're trying to stand up again. It's when they're trying to say, okay, we're gonna put these games that were built for console on the Switch, and it's like that's when it falls apart.
Yeah.
Apex Legends and things like that, and it just doesn't. It doesn't fit.
Yeah,
It's
Nintendo does games right. Their games they create, they
yes,
do them right. They're 10 out of 10 games easily. From what I'm reading here, as of January 4th, 2023, 118.99 million Nintendo Switch consoles have been sold. That's
that is
incredible.
crazy.
That is a lot of Nintendo Switch consoles. Great system. It's fun. So I'm thinking they're going to stick with the sort of handheld thing, but only more powerful. I think they almost have to keep it up. The amount of people that actually take their Switch to different places is incredible. I even have a carrying case for the games, even though I sold most of my games now. But I just want a powerful. I don't even care about 4K, guys. I really don't. I've never cared ever about 4K. I want a game system that's super strong, that runs everything without lag, without stuttering or anything like that. I don't want to lose frames per second. Do I care about 60 frames per second? I don't. I really don't. I just want a super strong Nintendo console. I want Nintendo Switch achievements. Sorry, Nintendo achievements. That's it. I want a super strong system. I'd like to have an overall of their interfaces there as well. But I want achievements. I really do. That would be fantastic.
I suppose at this point their main competition would be the Steam Deck.
Exactly.
Because the Steam Deck has taken a lot of their ideas and they've given their statistics are like way better in terms of how well they can process games, and they're all like PC games.
Yeah. Everything in your Steam library can be played on a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I want a Steam Deck.
That's pretty
dude.
insane.
I want a Steam Deck, dude. That's where I'm at right now. I've been thinking about it. I've been looking into it. But they are expensive. I know you can get the lowercase model and add more memory to it, whatever, but I want a Steam Deck. It's just so friggin' awesome. It's powerful, but like I said, they are expensive.
Yeah, so it just with all that, it's like how is Nintendo going to try and surpass that? Like,
I have
because
no clue.
we've arguably got a better version of the Switch, and it's not even Nintendo.
Yeah, they released the OLED, right? The OLED, and Isaiah has an OLED, and he says it's way better than the original Switch. And so graphically, of course, and the clear on the screen, all that stuff. So that's cool. That's fine. But I don't know. I want Nintendo to compete. I really do. But yeah, because the new Legend of Zelda game's coming out here in 3 months. I'm excited for that, and all the other stuff they could do. Like, we just need Nintendo to step up. The half-heartedness, like look at the Nintendo Switch Sports. Excuse me, the Switch Sports. People hate that. Some of it's fun, but there's so much stuff missing from it, from the Wii Sports. That, like, even bowling, you can just play bowling. You can't do the 100-pin challenge, all of that stuff. Now, unless they added it, I don't know. I haven't fired it up yet, but
Seemed like such a no-brainer thing to just add that kind of stuff.
yeah. You can even just take it and throw it in. People would not complain. And that seems to be what a lot of companies are doing with their remakes of games. But yeah, cool. I don't know what it'll look like. I'm assuming it's going to be another Switch. Now that Steam Deck's done their thing, they may even take Steam Deck and make the Steam Deck, like we're making our new Nintendo system 10 times better than the Steam Deck, and just say, but we're not competing, we're not doing anything. So Steam Deck is,
Yeah.
I think, is worth it from what I'm seeing graphically from the games guys are playing on there. They're playing their entire Steam library on the Steam Deck, and I'm not
Like
even.
how
Oh, go
like
ahead.
the price of the Steam Deck isn't even that much, is it?
For me, it is in Canada. S-
Everything is.
Steam, yes, everything's expensive. So a Steam, why would you? Hold on. Steam Deck. There it is. Right, Roy. That's SteamDeck.com. Available now from 500. It's saying Canadian 500. I think that's the lowest
Okay.
base. Yeah,
It's
500 is decent.
more than I thought.
Yeah, so for 64 gigs, it's $4.99, which is ridiculous. 64 gigs, like what are you going to do with that? For
Yeah.
256 is 659. It also says faster storage, carrying case, exclusive Steam community profile bundle. And then their top tier is 512 gigs. That's $819. So faster storage, premium anti-glare etched glass, exclusive carrying case, exclusive Steam community profile bundle, exclusive virtual keyboard theme. All right. So of course I'd get the higher tier one just because I don't want to have to go buy another piece of memory or a memory stick to throw in there if you can. But if you go to Steam Deck, SteamDeck.com or whatever it is, they're showing some stuff, and it is definitely a Nintendo Switch, but it's a Nintendo Switch on drugs. It's crazy. And they're even showing their games they're playing. It looks fantastic. Wow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got stuff to pay. I got to pay for my arcade cabinets and all that stuff, and so we'll figure it all out.
Yeah, you gotta resist, you know.
I really do.
Can't have it all.
I love it. Hey, I'm 47 now, so I want to have it all. I want it all. All right, Lee. Is there anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
This has been a good chat today, good podcast, and so we'll figure it out for next week. But what is coming? Oh yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. It should be all about. You're getting it, right?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
All right, so we need to make. Are you getting the deluxe edition or the normal edition?
Deluxe.
All right, so we'll all be playing it on Tuesday. And
Yeah.
so what we should do then is this Sunday should be all about Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good time. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'll be streaming it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll have Gears on Friday. And then probably Saturday I'll do Hogwarts Legacy again. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good times. Okay. Lee, where can these beautiful people, the millions watching, where can they find you on social media?
Where they can find me on Discord. They can find me on my dead Instagram as Lee Everett or the Lee Everett. I don't even remember at this point. Or they can find me here because I'm always here.
All right, hold on. Let me see where it is. It could be the Lee Everett. Yeah.
Oh, you're actually looking.
Yeah, it's the Lee Everett. Look at you, you handsome devil.
Nah, don't even.
The Lee Everett. So TheLeeEverett. It's not even your stinking name. Look at you,
It's
20,
not.
20 followers. Look at that. That's awesome. Oh yeah, do you do TikTok? I do TikTok. I haven't done a video in a while, but so that's it, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Where can they find you?
Everything's in the description. I get to tell everybody that everything's in the description. So whether they're on YouTube or Twitch, it's all there. Just open up the description. All my links are there.
You thought of this ahead of time.
Of course I did. Yes. Yeah. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for hanging out. If you guys would like to come on the show, chat it up with us, and be a special guest star, let us know. Hit us up on Discord or whatever. Or
chat us up.
Chat us up, yeah. And we can accommodate. It's not a problem. We like having guests here and all that. So, yeah, thank you. Just let us know. All right, here we go. So 10:19, man. I didn't keep us chatting too long, which was awesome. We're only
No.
4 minutes over the hour, so this is good. So here we go. So as for Lee, my name is Paul, and you guys take care. Here we are. See you, Lauren. Thank you so much. Meister, thank you, dude. Have a wonderful day. Let's see. Mr. B Casino, thank you. Yeah. Zanar was here, but she left. I need these people to say hi. Hi in the chat so I know your beautiful faces are here. All right, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really good.
All right, let's close you, and hit start. It's funny, I have 4 monitors, and all of them have Breath of the Wild. I have my wallpaper cycle through, and all 4 Breath of the Wild at the same time right now. What is this one? Oh no, middle one is 8-bit Final Fantasy, Mario, Kirby, and what's his name? Mega Man. That's cool.
I'd find it switching the background very